So we're going to divide, multiply, add, and subtract negatives, including negative fractions in 9.2. So negative 12 plus negative 3, just add them up and get negative 15. Negative 12 minus negative 3 is the same as negative 12 plus 3, which is, right, you add the opposite. This is negative 9. Negative 12 times negative 3, two negatives make a positive, equals positive 36. And notice that's the time symbol, not the letter x. And negative 12 divided by negative 3, two negatives make a positive, you get positive 4. And we could have also written that like that. It would still be positive 4. Right? So with negatives, same rule, you would do your multiplying first, and then any adding or subtracting. So let's do that. So we do this negative 12 divided by 2 and get negative 6. So we have 24. Now this is where people get confused. This hasn't gone away. So it's 24 minus negative 6, which is the same as 24 plus 6, which is 30. We have negative 6 times negative 3, positive 18, negative 20 plus 18, negative 2. Right? 2 extra negatives there. We have a tie between these two. Negative 14 divided by negative 2 is positive 7. Negative 3 times 9, negative 27. We still haven't dealt with that plus, so we have this, right? And we put the parentheses there because we don't like a plus to an operation next to a sign. 7 plus negative 27 is negative 20. We have 20 extra negatives when we add those together. Same rules. Right? We have a tie. We must do this division first. 20 divided by negative 2 is negative 10. Negative 10 times 5, negative 50. All right, so we have a tie again. So we're going to do 15 minus negative 5, which is the same as 15 plus 5, which is 20. 20 plus negative 2 is 18. Now, one of the things, if you convert everything to addition, then you can use commutative property. The commutative property works with negatives as long as everything's addition. All right, so xy, what is xy? It means x times y. So if x is 2 and y is negative 9, that's 2 times negative 9, negative 18. That's what xy means. So this is y, which is negative 9, plus 3 times x. We have to do 3 times 2 first. We get 6, negative 9 plus 6, negative 3. Here we have xy again. Well, we just did it, but it's 2 times negative 9 plus negative 6 divided by what was x2. So 2 times negative 9 was negative 18, and negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3, and we're going to add those together. That's the last thing we're doing, and get negative 21. Now that is a multiplication symbol. Check it against the other. The x's are much thicker and different looking. So we have 3/7 minus 2 times 1/7. So we have to do 2 times 1/7 first. Well, 2 times 1/7 is pretty easy because that's 2/7. So this is just 3/7 minus 2/7, which is 1/7. We have to do this division first, right? You don't divide fractions. You multiply by the reciprocal, also known as the multiplicative inverse. This 3's cancel, you get 4/5. Now we have 4/5 plus 1/2. Uh-oh, different denominators. Let's get them over 10. So 1/2 will become 5/10. 4/5 will become 8/10. You add up 8 plus 5 and get 13/10, which is a right answer, but another right answer is 1 3/10. We cannot divide by 0, so 0 never can be the denominator of a fraction. It's undefined. I think we've talked about that. But that 0 over 17 is 0. So this is 0. We do the division here, and you get 0 plus 19. You get 19. Value for any value of x. This is the one that's undefined. Doesn't matter what x is. It could be anything. It's going to be undefined. 0. You can never have 0. Oh, that's what we haven't done. We haven't done 0. I've told you that 0 can't be here. You can't divide by 0. You also can't have 0 in the denominator because that's dividing by 0. right? If you have 7 over 0, that's 7 divided by 0, not allowed, undefined. A sunflower grows at a rate of 1/4 of a foot per week. When it was planted on the ground, it was 2 feet tall. How tall will the sunflower be in 10 weeks? So it's 2 feet plus 1/4 times 10 weeks. We have to do the 1/4 times 10, right? 1/4 times 10, we could do a little canceling here and get 5 halves. And we could make that, I think it's going to be helpful here to make this 2.5. And so we have 2 plus 2.5, which is 4.5. And so how tall will it be? It's a word problem. It was feet, right? It's not weeks. It's growing 1/4 foot per week. It started at 2 feet, and then it got 1/4 of a foot bigger for every week for 10 weeks. So it grew another 2.5 feet during those 10 weeks, but it started at 2, so now it's a total of 4.5 feet. Let's practice. Tie, so we have to do -10 minus 6, which is the same as -10 plus -6, which is -16. Then we have this minus 4, which is the same as -16 plus -4, which is -20. We have a tie here. We're going to do the one on the left. Oh, now let's be careful of this. Yeah, so let's do that. -48 divided by -12 is +4. 3 times 2 is 6, right? Now, if you do it -3, you could do that, but then you have to add an adding symbol. So I don't do it that way. I do the 3 times 2 and realize I still have minus there. And 4 minus 6 is the same as 4 plus -6 is -2. So 9y, y is 5, minus x. Now x is -3, so it's minus -3. You do the multiplication of 9 times 5, minus -3 plus 3, and you get 48. Oops. All right, so which of these is undefined? It came up in the wrong order, but the one that's undefined is this one. This is undefined because 0 is down there. This one equals 0. 4/5 minus 3 times -1/15. All right, so we have to do the multiplying of 3 times -1/15. 3 times -1/15, cancel, and you're getting -1/5, right? So we have 4/5 minus, we haven't dealt with that, minus -1/5, which is the same as 4/5 plus 1/5. This is 1, plain old 1. Final question. So we have 7x here is -3 minus y, which is 5, plus 5. Now you might be tempted to do that first, right? It looks like 0. It may come out that way, but I don't think so. 7 times -3 is -21, minus 5 plus 5. We have a tie. So we're going to do that. -21 minus 5 is the same as -21 plus -5. All right. Oh, we are going to see now that I've written it like that, these are going to come out as 0. Right? What's going to happen here is it's going to be if you follow the rules, it's going to be -26 plus 5, and you are going to get -21. I almost wrote +21. Right? So when you write it like that, when it's all addition, then you can be confident that the commutative property works. And so yes, this is -21. Good luck with the homework.